Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to season 2, episode 21 of the Prosperous Yogini Podcast, February 2025. And I'm coming at you this month with a real practical driven topic inspired by my one-to-one clients and those in my group programs who have been asking me this question a lot. Should I do a free online class, training, masterclass, or should I make it paid? I will dive more into this topic in a moment. But I was looking back at previous episodes recently, and there's been a lot about me. Of course, it's my podcast, but there's been a lot about me and behind the scenes of my business, which I'm always happy to share. I think it's really valuable that you actually hear and see what goes on for other business owners, because we can feel really isolated. We can feel like this stuff only happens to us. It can be easy to go and look at coaches, somebody we follow on Instagram and go, wow, they've got it completely together. What's wrong with me? And I hope it helps me sharing the background, the behind the scenes of my business. You get way more of that, by the way, on my weekly Substack, Energy, Mindset, Money and More. So if you are missing me, if you are one of my regular podcast listeners who used to love it when I did a weekly episode, my big question to you is, why have you not yet joined my Substack? I will put the link in the show notes. It's £4.40 a month. It's the cost of a takeaway coffee. I've got a coffee for those of you that are watching on YouTube. I've got a coffee in a mug. Swap out one takeaway coffee for one extra coffee at home and have me in your earbuds every week. My Substack, Energy, Mindset, Money and More, does exactly what it says on the tin. I dive behind the scenes of my business, share how I process things. I share restorative yoga practices, meditation, breath work, affirmations, journaling prompts, mindset shifts, mindset thought work, reframes, and then the down and out practical strategy, which today's podcast is all about. And I am passionate about all of it. I am not going to tell you that it's all mindset. I am not going to tell you that it's all strategy and this strategy will work for you. And I'm not going to tell you that it's all about getting quiet, listening to your intuition. It is about everything. I will say from my experience, I do my best to let the energy lead. Get quiet, have moments of intuition dates, whatever that is. And I started to realize that I thinking, I don't have opportunity. I don't give myself opportunity to get quiet. I'm not giving myself enough time with my intuition. And one of the things I do virtually every day is walk. I have a dog. The dog needs walking. I love walking. And I at least take a 20-minute walk, normally longer, every day. And it's in those walks where I am, processing, connecting to nature, thinking and tapping into that intuition, along with some of you who know me well, the shower, getting into the shower, having the shower on my head. I've got an ensuite, small, portable, square-based area of my house. If I need the answer to something, it often comes in the shower. And if you're one of my one-to-one clients, you will often hear me. I'll have a download. I'll be like, oh my God, that's what such and such needs to do. And the next thing you know, you get a voice message from me saying, I was in the shower and I was thinking about you. And my one-to-one clients know, right, pen out, Amy has had a download from the shower gods. So you do need both. You need practical strategy and the energy work. And in between that, the dance between the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, is our beautiful brain, the human aspect of us, which is going to put the brakes on things and, potentially tell us we can't, potentially tell us we're not ready, potentially tell us we're not good enough, in the name of protecting us. But that said, we need it all. Today's topic on the podcast has been born out of this question. I've had it in various forms from various people, from those in my group programs and one-to-one. And it's gone along the lines of they are either starting an online offer or thinking of launching an online offer, planning to launch an online offer, or they already have established online offers. But either way, they are thinking about the online spectrum. So when it comes to free or paid, I am talking about the online space, okay? When it comes to in-person, if you want to dive back, I cannot remember what episode it is, but I am quite passionate about, we see often, and this is to the yoga teachers, but I'm sure other, business models do the same. Yoga teachers will often do like your first class free. And I'm like, just be careful with in-person offers where you have overheads and expenses and a cap on the amount of people that you can serve, discounting those prices. I'm up for an early bird price on something like a retreat or a training model where you actually do need to get X amount of people, through the door ahead of time. So, it's profitable, it's a go ahead, let's do this. You can tell the venue, you can plan for those numbers. Well, I'm up for an early bird price, but my early bird pricing always has that in mind in terms of what I fix as an early bird price. But generally speaking, I am very, very hesitant about telling you to discount or give stuff away for free if it's physically in person. This today's topic is very much for you guys who have an online business or thinking of coming into an online business. And if you are, yes, I'm thinking about coming onto an online business. There are other podcast episodes on this as well, so please dive into them. But I'm like a hell yes to this. I think a good model business is a mixed model business, one that, over time, if you're new, this isn't going to be true for you, but over time, we build out a multi-offer business with different price points, different offers that help to generate consistent income and also help to, navigate those inevitable dips when something doesn't work. And then we'll have other things that just fly out the door. And I can tell you now, sometimes there's absolutely no rhyme or reason on it. But I want to be the big voice of reason here, because one of the challenges I have when I'm coaching people in their business when it comes to online is I know if we go and scroll through social media right now, we'll probably have an ad come into, our feed with a business coach, online coach, promising you certain things about, 6-figure, 5-figure launches and how you can make lots of money online. It's the key to making lots of money online. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Okay. Online courses. Yes, we're past perhaps the glory days of COVID, but online courses aren't going anywhere. Online courses were a thing before COVID. They're going to continue to be a thing. They're a great way to learn. Like right now, I am doing an incredible, I'm on my second course actually with an incredible American coach, Taylor Lee. And if it wasn't for the online world, I wouldn't be having access to this lady's wisdom. So I'm all for the online world. I'm all for online courses. I'm all for you pursuing online offers, and I'm going to say semi-passive online offers and the offers that are scalable. Hallelujah, I'm here for it. But I want to come at you, my darling, with a dose of realism that is rarely talked about. There are a few big players out there that are talking about this, which are saying, listen, before you do anything, before you go into creating that course, before you go into spending hours creating a beautiful sales page, before you do anything in terms of energy or spending out on creating that course, okay, you need a mailing list. You need an audience to sell it to. You need to test the offer for a wait list. A lot of the time people get drawn into the metrics of what they possibly could earn online, spend their time creating, and then when it comes to selling, they're like, nobody's buying. This course is rubbish. I'm rubbish. I'm not needed. And I'm like, whoa. It's like a stop. Hammer time, right? When it comes to online selling versus perhaps what many of us have been used to, which is a local business serving local people in a certain destination, when we come to the online world, it's like all of a sudden, great, we've got the whole world that we can sell to. This is amazing. But all of a sudden, I'm now this tiny fish, talking about my offer, and therefore I need to cast my net much wider in order to sell my offer. So let me just give you an example before I actually go on to today's topic, but it's all interconnected. Let's say, and this is kind of like linking in, let's say you want to do a free training, a free masterclass, a free webinar, a free challenge, whether that be 3 days, 5 days, whatever. you're going to give something away for free. Okay. And what you're giving away for free directly relates to the paid program that's coming. So basically, this is your launch event, your free launch event, right? In this instance, I agree. Most of the time this will be free, right? And the reason why you do that is because you want to call in people into your world who will be interested in your paid offer. You want to grow your mailing list, and you want to grow people onto this list that will be specifically interested in this offer, because the reality is the people who will then go on to buy your offer, we'll talk about now conversion rates that nobody talks about. Very few people. One of the few people out there who is one of my superheroes, Denise Duffield-Thomas. She's a money mindset mentor. She's brilliant. Give her a follow. She's got a great podcast. She talks about conversion rates. There are very few people talking about how many people you actually need into this free launch thing in order to make X amount of sales into your paid thing. If you're like, what are the conversion rates? Well, average industry conversion rates is anywhere between 2% and 15%. Like, and what I love about Denise Duffield-Thomas is she's like, you can't beat the conversion rates. The conversion rates are the conversion rates. And there are so many variables within that. So often when somebody launches something and they get 1 or 2 course sales, they deem themselves a failure. And I'm like, well, actually, how many people on your mailing list? How many people are in your world? That's actually brilliant. Another reason why to listen to Denise Duffield-Thomas is she has a money bootcamp online course, 12-month program, which I haven't done. I do need to do it because I always reference her. I do have her books. I do have all of her books. I love her books and her podcasts. And she talks about the first time she did it, and there were 4 people. I think she did one thing once where nobody signed up and she pretended they were there, and now she's got this multi-million-dollar business. A lot of the time, we're not shared people's backstories when it comes to online courses. We're not told how much they're spending on ads, for example. Listen, this doesn't mean it's not available for you. What you and I, my darling, I'm assuming you're like me, let's be honest, relatively small in terms of how many people we might have on our mailing list and how many people we might have in our other broadcast channels, such as Facebook groups, Instagram. But doesn't mean we can't make online offers, and it doesn't mean we can't make money online, and it doesn't mean we shouldn't open the door to it. So yes, a hell yes to all of this. But if you're starting from a business from scratch and you'd like to have an online offer, great. The first thing I would do, create a mailing list, set up an Instagram account, create a mailing list, build an audience. Okay, think about what my online offer is and start to generate some interest in it. And then those people that are willing, to come into my mailing list and come into my Instagram, make them a silly, can't say no offer to beta test your course out first time round. No, you don't need a beautiful sales page. No, you don't need to pre-record all the content. You just need to have it written up, to be honest, on a PDF, send around the link on a Google Doc and say, here it is at this really cheap price. The exchanges, I get to test the course out on you, and you get access to me at this incredible price. So should it be free or should it be paid? So the question normally goes along the lines of, just imagine you and I having, I'm coaching you one-to-one, and you have me on WhatsApp, and you send me this message. And this is I've had this a few times. I'm thinking of doing an online class, online workshop, online training, like it's a one-off. Should I do it for free or should I charge? And if I'm going to charge, how much will I charge? And I love that question, and I get it all the time. So I will always come back with not a definitive answer unless I get a clear bit of guidance. If you have me as your coach, you don't just have me as your coach. I work in collaboration, co-creation with the universe. I listen to guidance about, what the universe is saying about you, and then what I know from my experience, and then together we give you the feedback. That is something that really does happen when I have you as your coach. So I have me as your coach. So unless I've got really know the answer, it normally goes along the lines of it depends. Right. And the first thing I would say is you cannot be wrong here. And I want you to take this on board, all of you, whether you are thinking online, in person, whatever it is you're getting I'm going to do in your headspace about, and you can't make a decision because it's like you've gone into a sweet shop and there's all these jars and you love all of the sweets and you want them all, but you've only got 50p. Okay. God damn it. Why have I only got 50p, right? And you have to make a decision, but there's so much choice, you're completely overwhelmed. It can feel like that. It really feels like that on the online world because there's so many options in terms of like how you can deliver something live, pre-recorded, through a course platform, through a closed Facebook group. Oh my God, guys, I signed up. Side note here, I signed up to, I'll have to put it in the show notes because I've completely forgotten her name. But it's amazing. I subscribed for $9.99 a month to this PT's Instagram channel where she does 10-minute a day method. And it's just 10 minutes of cardio, upper body, legs, core stretches. And it's so achievable. And it's all through Instagram. And I'm like, oh my God, even this is yet another option that we have, although I will always be like, you don't know the platform, but you know, I absolutely love this and it works for her. She's got a large Instagram following. It works for me. I love Instagram and I love just being able to go onto the app, click on the daily exercise 10 minutes later. In fact, I'm going to do it after I've recorded this podcast. No excuses. Check in with me at the end of the year to check that I'm still doing it. I literally, this is a complete sidetrack. I've got it on my post-it notes, what I'm meant to be talking about today. So I will come back to it. 46 and 47 in September. And I love swimming. I can swim. I walk, as you know, every day. So that's fine. Not a huge fan of running. So you're not really going to get me running. Surfing is my thing, but it's the winter in the UK. And I won't lie, like, the older I get, the harder it is to get in the surf. I do get in, but it's not that easy. So I am surfing less in the winter. And I definitely need some sort of like yang body weight exercises. But I tried the gym last winter and it was all right. I really enjoy it. I don't want to go back to the gym. And like, there's some great fitness instructors that do like HIIT type exercise classes where I live. And I should go to that, but every excuse under the sun not to do it. And yet I've come across this lady who's doing a 10-minute a day and I'm like, I can do this. I can do this. $9.99 a month. The energy exchange is not huge. It's £2.50 a week. It's less than a takeaway coffee, but more so than that, it is so achievable for me. Anyway, and I think that's the main thing. It's like when I'm thinking about my online offer, what is going to work for me? So this lady's got 41,000 followers on Instagram. She's got a large Instagram account. She's got young children and she needs to be able to deliver this 10-minute a day from home with her kids around, and she does it brilliantly. Tick, 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 it works. And it works for her crew who obviously are really happy to be on Instagram. So if you're like, oh my God, I hate Instagram, I would never use it, you're not going to be her crew. So what's really important when you think about your online offer is what is going to work for me. And then also, who do I already have in my world? So like I said, if you are completely new business, you don't have a mailing list, well, MailerLite is free, you know, spend a bit of time figuring out, not a lot of time, set up a opt-in waitlist page, get people to give you their email and then invite them, yes, I would say, to a free taster session or a free training or a free class. Just yes. Why am I saying free if I'm from the beginning? Whether it's paid or free, when you're thinking about the offer being about growing your audience, okay, you are going to get more people giving you their email if it's free. You're going to get more people giving it a go if it's free. That said, because it's free, you're going to get less people taking part. And here is why: you've got to be in the vibration of test and see. I can't be wrong. If I'm not sure whether it should be free or paid, I'd probably lean towards testing it out as a free model. And then people go, oh my God, well, if I do this free, I can't ask for it to be paid later. Hell yes, I have seen people, to be honest, I've done this, where I've delivered something for free and then repurposed the content and sold it either as a course or as part of a course. This is why I love the online world, right? You can put something out into the world, nobody can sign up for it to start with, probably because your audience is too small and you didn't put it in front of enough people, nothing to do with you, nothing to do with the offer, right? And then let that audience grow, let your skills in terms of messaging and marketing and selling and just getting behind you, right? Let all of that grow. And then all of a sudden you've got this course, this thing you did for free that actually some people are willing to give you some money for. It's magical. I absolutely love it. And for someone who has pretty much been recording themselves teaching yoga and training, both yoga teacher training and now as my hat as business mentor, since the pandemic, I've got a massive body of work, and I'm still selling stuff that I recorded in 2020, and I love it. And I love going back actually and listening to I've got this course, the pelvis posture and pelvic floor. I'll put the link in the show notes, guys, right? It's an epic course, really talking about how a lot of the problems, if not all the problems that we experience with diastasis recti, pelvic floor issues, tight neck and shoulders and back pain, is around our relationship to our posture. That we say we've got a bad posture, whereas actually we need to just stop telling ourselves our posture is bad and start to tune in. Guess what? Turn inwards, tune in, tap in, feel our balanced posture, which is a unique to us. Externally will look different to everyone else's. It's a great course, right? I'm still selling it, and I love going back and listening to it because I was like, yeah, I was full of wisdom that day. Anyway, so I would lean, if you're like, should it be free? Should it be paid? First of all, am I trying to grow my audience here? What is the purpose of this event, this thing I want to do online? Have I never done anything online before? Is it completely new? Am I not sure of my setup? Am I not sure of my kit? Amy's told me to use what I've got. Okay. So yeah, do it for free. Take the pressure off you. Use it to grow your mailing list, whether that just be generally growing your list, or is it to grow a group of people, to bring a group of people who would be specifically interested in an upsell from the freebie into an offer? Let's just say you are a Pilates teacher and you're like, I want to get people doing 10 minutes of daily Pilates. How do I do that? You could put it out as a paid offer. Or you could do the 5-day, 10 minutes a day challenge, right? You could do this through a closed Facebook group. You could do this. You could do it just on Instagram, but just remember, guys, if you're just putting stuff out, generally onto social media, 2 to 5%, at best at any one time are going to see that content, and it's getting lost into the black hole, and you don't own their contact details. They're just a follower on Instagram. Okay. I would call them in closer, get them into a closed Facebook group, or better still, onto a mailing list. Or I'm seeing a lot of people now, and I'm leveraging this and absolutely loving it in my own business, using closed WhatsApp groups. And you can set the WhatsApp groups so people can't comment all the time, because I don't know about you, but I cannot cope with being added to another group. I had to create a group for a group of friends the other day because it's one of our friends' birthday coming up. I don't want to give too much away in case she hears this podcast. And we need a group to sort the birthday out. It's a big one, right? And I started with, to create another group because we're bombarded with WhatsApp groups. But I tell you what, I've just led the Soul-Led Success Formula through my online platform, Kajabi. That's where people access the pre-recorded 5 modules, just an hour. Some of them are a bit longer, as to be expected from what. And then we've had a close WhatsApp group where I've delivered the information and then opened it for 24 hours for Q&A, and then closed it again in terms of can the comment. It is working so well. So even delivering stuff for a closed WhatsApp group, you could be dropping the unlisted YouTube video link for your 10-minute day challenge into the WhatsApp group. And then you've got a direct group of people to say, want to do this more with me? Here's a link to carry on, basically. So this is where free works. So free to launch into an offer, yes. Free to grow your audience, grow your mailing list, yes. Free because I've not done it before. I'm getting completely in my head about how to do this, how this is going to work. You know what? Why don't you just be human, be honest, not like I haven't got a fucking clue what I'm doing, come and have a go, but more like, it's the first time I've done this online, come and join me, come and be part of this experience. Why can we not let ourselves be beginners? Why can it not be the first time we're doing this? And ask our audience and those people that love us to come and be part of the first time. I've lost count how many times I've said in the last 5 years, hey guys, not done this before. Shall we give it a go? Yeah. Okay. Paid though, paid when free doesn't feel right. So I had a conversation with a yoga teacher, a sound healer, just on this very topic. She wants to do like monthly online, like woman circle sound healing. It sounds beautiful, pardon the pun. It really, and I know this a teacher, and I know how healing it's going to be. And I was like, she asked me, should I do it paid or should I do it free? Should I do the first one paid? Should I do the first one free? And guess what? I said, it depends. And it's why, if you're doing it for free to grow your audience, to get people to experience for the first time round, and then you're going to sell future ones, or even if it's going to be like a membership and ongoing support thing, yeah, do it for free. And she came back, she's like, no, you know what? I love this. I know I'm good. She's done it in a few other instances. She knows this work is needed, and it felt unaligned, energetically unaligned to do it for free. So it wouldn't be free if it doesn't feel right. Look, I hit a point last autumn, you all know this if you're a regular listener to the podcast, where I'm like, I am giving too much away for free. I had this feeling of like, I'm doing my Substack weekly. At that point, Substack was free. I'm doing my podcast weekly. That's free. I've got my free courses, and I was just off the back of a free training. And I was doing the free training because I wanted to grow my mailing list for my new business, and I wanted to invite people into my new course. And I was putting out all this free content through Substack because I wanted to grow that. And like the podcast, I'm dedicated to helping to people. But you know what? I think it's because I had a few people, and it wasn't many, like it really wasn't many, but it was enough that came back and just said how much they appreciated the free training, how much they loved the free training, how much they learned from it, how much they were already implementing and it was making a difference. You know, yeah, great. I feel good about it. You know, I did it for free because I was happy to do it for free. And they're like, and we also listen to the podcast and the Substack, and it's great. You've got all this free stuff. And it was literally like someone said, I don't need to pay you. And I was like, it really triggered me. Okay. And I definitely had a brief sort of like moment where I was like, I'm doing all this stuff for free, and they're not even willing. And I was like, I had a word with myself, because I choose to give this stuff away for free. Maybe I'd hit a point in my business where I needed to give less away for free. But it depends on where you are and what stage of business you're at. And it's not to say that, oh, I'm just further along, so I get to charge more. No, there'll be points where I'll give more away for free. And then I'll be like, you know what? I don't need to do that now to sell this. And there'll be points where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give this away for free to help, reinvigorate my audience. Thank my current audience for opening my emails and following me on Instagram, all of that stuff. It's a delicate balance between, nurturing you guys, okay, but also saying, but if you want to take this further, this is how I can help you further. And being at peace that some of people in my world, lots of you listening to this, may never give me any money, and that's okay. I have to be okay with this, and I am okay with it, but I definitely was giving too much away for free, and it felt I was resenting it. I was feeling frustrated. My human design tells me that when I feel frustrated, when I'm resenting things, that I'm not in alignment. So I pulled back, changed the podcast to monthly, and made my Substack a paid Substack. And I cannot tell you guys, like, I'll be honest with you, there are 14 paid members on my Substack. There's 155 unpaid members. So actually I've got a conversion rate of 10%, which is really good. So I could easily be, oh my God, I've only got 14 paid members on my Substack since I made it a paid thing since last autumn. Actually, if I look at the conversion rate, which is about 10%, I'm absolutely smashing it. And if I stay in it in the long game, my Substack will grow both free and paid. I'm just going to say that other invitation again. Join my Substack. If you listen to this podcast, like honestly, £4.40. a month. It's the cost of a coffee, and it's like me and your earbuds every week. So free if it's list building, free if I'm in test and see mode, free if I am launching into a bigger offer. Okay. Paid if the free stuff don't feel right. Paid if I'm like, you know what, I know I could have easily done potentially soul-led success formula for free. It was £97. But I knew that if I'd done it for free, I wouldn't have showed up like I have showed up for that group. Like that, some of them have got like 7-minute responses to their questions from me. Like I am like there coaching these people one-to-one for £97. It's an insane offer, but because I feel completely aligned to the energy exchange. And the same if we go back to this yoga teacher, sound healer, who is going to do a paid class. So she then came back to me and said, right, it definitely needs to be paid. I feel not right giving it away for free. I don't need to give it away for free. It's too good. And it's not that my free stuff isn't good enough. It's the intention between paid and free. Okay. That's what I mean. And also, why when we have someone paying for something, there's a different energy. I show up differently, they show up differently. And in this case, what she was offering, she wanted people to show up, to be there live if possible, to commit to the work that she was going to be delivering in this paid class. Whereas a free stuff, like we can easily let free stuff go. Look, come on, be honest, guys. How much free stuff have you signed up for and not completed? Okay, because it was free. So then when we say, right, I want this to be paid because I want people to complete it. That is more important than having more people into this offer, to more people giving me my email. So there's no right or wrong. This is why I can't be wrong here. I can't be right here. I can only test and see and go with the energy, what feels right for me. And I've done it in the past. Instead of doing a free training to launch into something, I've done like what we call a paid live training. Like, and you're like, how it's an hour-long masterclass. How much should that be? Okay. And it's like, how long is a piece of string? But if you want some figures, if you want some strategy, guys, like anywhere from like £29, £49, up to £97. I don't know why. 29, 49, 47, 97, 79. These all seem to be common price points. And like I have seen people with a 60-minute training do everything from like 97 down to 29. I've seen people use a strategy where it's like full price 97, early bird price 47. Like it what feels aligned for you. Okay, this is where the difference is. But knowing, right, if you go into it being a paid offer, then you are going to get less people probably signing up, but the people that are signing up are more than likely to attend and engage, and therefore more than likely to attend and engage either other classes if you repeat it or other offers if you offer them. This is the mindset where we see people saying, well, I'm not going to do it free. I'm going to do a low cost paid online training, because those people that are willing to give me money for this are more likely to willing to give me money for other things. Yes and no. I've done it all, and all of it has varying results and varying success. It depends. In fact, if I bounce back to the mentorship program where I did 6 launches for that in total, 5 of the 6 were free, and one of them I did a paid live training, right? It actually made no difference to how many people actually entered into the mentorship program at the time. The only difference was I didn't grow my mailing list as much when it was a paid live training as much as it was free. And again, that didn't matter. Just when people come into your world, when people come onto your mailing list, they might not be ready to buy. They might not know you. Apparently, people need 7 touch points before they're going to buy. They're unlikely to buy in their first part of contact with you. And I know I've had people sit on my list for a good couple of years and then out of the blue, go and buy something. You got to give people time. So in the end, I've got to stop second guessing whether people would prefer this to be free, prefer this to be paid, whether it'd be better if it be free, better if it paid. I've got to stop second guessing all of that stuff and ask myself, what is right for me at this present moment in time, in what it is, the reason why I'm doing this. So if I then take it to another example, I've got a yoga teacher, established yoga teacher in a really established community, and she's working in person and she's maxed out. She can't teach any more classes, any more workshops, any more retreats. And she'd absolutely like to open herself up to multiple streams of income. And I'm like, yeah, let's do this. And an obvious one now is that online semi-passive, passive income. So she is creating like pre-recorded yoga libraries so people can do yoga with her at home. Like they can come to her class and they can also do it at home with her, because we want people to be having a regular practice. Once a week coming to class with us, great, but more at home, even better. And the argument is, well, why would she do this? They can do it for free with Adriana on YouTube. Absolutely. And Adriana is amazing. But her crew want to do it with her. And this is understanding that she has an established audience. She hasn't got a very big mailing list. I think there's 300 people on it, not bad. And any size list is good. An engaged list of 10 is, better than nothing, right? So treat your list, whether it's got 2, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000 on it, treat it like they're your best friends all ready to come to the party of your offers, right? That's a topic for another day. But we understand with this teacher that she's going to create an offer that will initially largely be bought by people that are already coming to her classes, that are already in her world, or have previously come to her classes and are now perhaps haven't for whatever reason. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is we're not doing a free class. She doesn't need to. These people know her, but we'll have a launch offer where it might be like the first month for free, trial period, 14 days. We'll have an offer which she will invite her existing audience, her existing clients, those who are already in a mailing list, already come to classes, already in her WhatsApp groups, already in her Instagram. They're going to be the ones that are going to be rewarded by this launch offer, founding price, whatever, so many options. But then for her to grow this, she'll then move into the world of, okay, continue to invite existing audience, continue to invite people to, that are around the dinner table, as I call it, to have a second course, to come and do the online offer, but also to invite new people in, to grow my audience of people who may be interested in my online offer. So what might that look like? Well, maybe she will do a free live class, or maybe because the offer is pre-recorded flexible online yoga classes at home, maybe I'll click on her website, there'll be an opt-in, get a free yoga class with me. I get dropped into that email sequence that says, hi, here's the freebie, here's the free class. It's only 20 minutes and it'll make you feel better. I know it's free, but do it. Send a few more emails, and then if you want to do more with me, here are the benefits of regular yoga practice. Here's my wonderful online yoga library. Come on in. And they might be ready to come on in then, or they might need to hang out in a world a bit more. They might need to go on holiday, get the summer out of their system, get to January 2026 and be like, God, yes, I really need to join that yoga teachers library. Do you see that it doesn't matter? It's about doing what's right for you at the time and being in it for the long game. Okay, so when you're in your head space, whatever it's for, shall I do this? Shall I do that? Oh my God, this person's doing that and that person's doing this. And this person told me this strategy. And Amy said that and that. I saw that on Instagram the other day. And oh my God, I saw this person. They were earning all this money doing this online course. Like, why hasn't that happened for me yet? My course, I thought my course was great, all of this stuff, whatever. You're in your headspace. Get out of your headspace, go for a walk, do restorative yoga practice, whatever it is to regulate your energy, have an intuition date, okay? Tap in, tune into the guidance, right? And then take action. And sometimes we go to the guidance and it's still a bit muddy and I'm not sure. Well, then I'm like, take action, pick a strategy. pick a strategy. All a strategy is like alignment. If you're a yoga teacher, alignment is a strategy. This is how you position your body in this shape. It may or may not work for your body, right? Here's a strategy. It's a series of steps. Give these steps a go. Go all in on those steps, right? See what works. Test and see. Did that strategy work for you? If it didn't, it's not because you failed, like it wasn't quite work for you, but what did you like? What did work for you? Take out what you liked and then leave out what you didn't like. I spent 2023, 2024, 2 years, guys, like 6 launches into my mentorship program, right? And then I did like a launch of my Energy, Mindset, Money, More course. Like when I say launch, I mean like a big launch in terms of like there was a freebie and I spent 2 weeks talking about that freebie. And prior to that, I was like, telling people this was coming, seeding the topic. Then I had a freebie and I invited people to the freebie and I used a little bit of Facebook ads money to boost people's awareness of that freebie. Then I did the freebie and then I had like a 10-day, 14-day open cart period into a program and it was all I talked about, right? And I've done that 7 times now, 7 or 8 times, right? And 2025, I went to with the Energy, Mindset, Money, More course. If you listen back to January's episode, I could have easily talked about this today, but to be my Substack to find out about that. I went back into launch mode, but I didn't really launch. I was launching the course. I didn't do any kind of like freebie. There was some lead up in terms of like, sending out my existing freebie. But it was like, I didn't energetically feel aligned behind this big launch. And actually, I came to terms with the fact that this big, and I'm not saying this is now or never, but for me, I don't actually like selling this way. I don't like selling in this intense window, these more expensive offers. And the Soul-Led Success Formula was born and I absolutely loved it. And I also realized that I didn't want to fill my diary with any more Zoom calls. I needed it to be more flexible. I much prefer, coaching over WhatsApp. So why aren't I coaching over WhatsApp? Can I stop writing emails? All of this stuff. But if I hadn't followed the strategy, I've learned so much for launching, I learned so much about messaging, so much about email automation, so much about writing a sequence of emails. I know what I do like from the sort of traditional modeling of launching and what I don't like. I know how I can use that for me personally, but also how I can help my clients that launching will be appropriate for them. And sometimes I needed to do all of that. It's really grown my email list. It's really grown my Instagram. It's really grown my audience, right? More people know about me. All of that was good, right? But 2025, that whole shutting down my life just to sell one thing, it doesn't feel right for me. Okay. And I learned that from 2 years of launching. And I also have learned to let go of strategy that doesn't work for me, even when I'm scrolling through Instagram and popping up in my feed is someone telling me that if I'm not doing this, I'm not going to make a lot of money. And that is not true. Money is an infinite source. Money doesn't care who you are, what gender you are, how you make it. You just have to be open to the possibility of it flowing to you and be energetically lined up. Yeah, so it took a lot of courage to go, you know what? It's not the program, it's not me, it's not my audience size. It's just, I just don't like the intensity of this. It's too intense for me. How can I sell in different ways? How can I have different types of program and different types of services that lend themselves either to this quick sale because it's not a big price point and it's a great offer, or higher price offers where people do need a bit more time to think about it, which interestingly, if I put my yoga teacher's hat on, and I take my biggest program in my yoga teaching business at the moment, which is my foundation teacher training course, which is $3,000. I have a 9-month lead with that. Now, obviously, that's other stuff that people have got to think about: travel, accommodation, and time. It's not just an online course, it's in person as well. But it was interesting for me to step back and think, that's how I've been selling stuff in my yoga business. I've been giving everyone time, giving myself time. And it really worked when I did my mastermind, your purpose mastermind. It really worked just to have like this longer open cart period and a more gentler selling, and time to have conversations, and time to call in the right clients and let people know they are making the right decision. So free or paid, I don't know, guys. You decide. It depends. I haven't given you the answer. How much should I charge? I don't know, guys. It depends. Okay. But know that if you are keen to step out into the world of online offers, hallelujah, yes, please. Okay. Your first priority, I'm getting cross here. Your first priority is the mailing list. It absolutely is. Okay. And then after that point, we can talk about the offer. We can talk about creating things, but you actually want to sell the offer and then create first time round in virtually all instances. That said, I love a wild card. I love something who does something radically different. I love someone who breaks all the rules and says, actually, this worked for me. Because ultimately, don't do what I say, do what's right for you. Listen to the guidance that is there, okay, inside you. All right, my darlings. So on that note, I am done for February. Substack, massive invitation for you to join my Substack, £4.40 a month. Look, guys, there's just no excuse there. If you're like, I would really love to work with you one-to-one, I would love to work with you one-to-one too. I will put the link to the mastermind, my Your Purpose Mastermind, which is the main way that you can work with me one-to-one. I'm loving this. I brought my one-to-one clients basically into a small group cohort program. I'm going to be reopening for the next second half of the year in mid-May time. So there's a wait list there, or you can get in touch. I do have a 4-month one-to-one for just those people that don't want to be part of the group and just want that time with me. Get in touch. I have availability for one person, but that changes all the time. I keep the amount of people I work with one-to-one really small, but get in touch if you'd like to work with me one-to-one. And if you're like, God, soul-led success for me, it sounded great. Oh my God, it was fucking amazing. And the model of like a lower cost course over a short period of time with pre-recorded videos and Q&A WhatsApp support, that is the vibe for 2025. So more is coming. All right, my darlings, I'll see you all next week. Oh no, next month. I'll see you all next month.